What's up, everybody? My name's Garlene here, and I'm really sorry about no Yandere today. I'm gonna try and get this out as fast as I can. This is a story time, and the reason why I didn't do a Yandere yesterday is because I have this really bad crank in my neck, and it's extremely difficult to move my head around, and it's just really painful. So I hope you all really enjoy this story time instead. Thank you. Bye. The cringe. Okay, well, I guess here comes another story of cringe-worthy content, I guess. I'm gonna regret telling this one. Well, probably not. We're in the digital age, and online dating is probably one of the most popular things to do as a teen. So I understand why I did it when I was younger. Right now, one of you probably has somebody that you're talking to online, and you're probably dating at some point. I don't know. But still. Looking back at it, it's so silly. Actually, I have a lot of history with online dating, and it's one of those things that I still don't really understand how to do well, but whatever. I guess we can start the story with my first ever instance of online dating, which was on a game called RuneScape. Back in 2003, I was 8 years old. This was the first online game I ever really played, and I had some friends from school that played it too, so I'd be up until my parents finally told me to go to bed, just playing the game. One of the days that I was playing RuneScape, I was alone, and I was just walking around Lumbridge, and I saw this girl character saying that she wanted a boyfriend. So I said I would do it. So I went to my bank, and I got a gold ring to give it to her, and she added me. We ended up playing together every single day and talking online like, a real boyfriend and girlfriend, I guess, except I was about 8 years old. The time came and she asked me how old I was. I had to lie. I can't just say on the internet that I'm an 8-year-old boy. I had to lie, and I said I was my brother's age. And let's see, my brother's about 15 years older than me, so I would have said I was 23, I think. Yeah, okay. So I lied and I told her I was my brother's age, and I used my brother to describe myself. And then she said she was 19 or something. I don't remember. I don't remember the whole thing. People lied back then a lot, and still do to this day. But it's a lot harder to lie now, because people will want to hop on Skype or TeamSpeak or something with you, and there wasn't any of that stuff back when I was playing, or at least I didn't really know about it because I was 8. Hey, my main source of talking with friends was while playing. I would just talk through chat, or we would call each other on our home phones while playing. I remember times that I would sit at home until like 4 o'clock in the morning talking to my friends from school. But let's get back into the online girlfriend. One day we were arguing about something, and I don't really remember what it was about, but I ended up saying, "Let's get married" at the end of it. I don't know. It was one of those moments where you're just like, "I hate you, but let's get married." Yeah. So I know it's a weird transition, but whatever. Don't judge me. I got a friend of mine to be the pastor, and I got married in RuneScape. I was so excited about it that I went to my parents and I told them all about my new girlfriend and all about my now wife. And this was probably a big mistake because my mom has a big mouth and loves to tell people anything I tell her. So the very next week when we had people over, my parents used to throw parties a lot. So the very next week when people were over, my mom went on and on about how excited I was to have a wife in a video game. And I was just so embarrassed that I stopped playing RuneScape for a little while. I stopped playing RuneScape for a good while. When I came back, my wife had been offline too, and she didn't log back in for a really long time. I saw her friend who we'd often talk together too, and she said that she'd quit, like she just wasn't playing anymore. And I was sad because I lost my wife. There's also, the instance of where the same pastor that was for my wedding, or for my RuneScape wedding, I was the pastor for his RuneScape wedding. So, the circle goes around. But yeah, I didn't get any more into RuneScape dating. Let's drop RuneScape dating altogether. So my next instance of online dating was probably about 5 years later, 13 years old. This was after the whole Tiffany thing, so I was probably in 8th grade. I was playing World of Warcraft at the time. I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft. Like, I was playing as much World of Warcraft as I was playing RuneScape back in the day. I played until I either got grounded or it was time to go to school. So my whole life pretty much revolved around playing World of Warcraft. So yeah, I used to hang out in the Horde territory, even though I was Alliance. And eventually, after killing me enough times, the Horde had enough and just let me sit around just doing nothing. I don't know. I was just one of those people that would just sit around and just mess with them for no reason. And I learned how to type in chat so that the horde could understand me. Like, you know those people that, I don't know, a lot of I'm not sure how World of Warcraft is nowadays, but before you had to type in a weird language in order for the other side to understand what you're saying, which was kind of, you know, it was a little bit weird. And then I remembered one of my friends that was actually in my guild had switched over to Horde, and I saw them, and I told him get on I told him to get on the Ventrilo. I'm not sure if Ventrilo is still around, but she came on and she brought like 3 other people with her. Of the 3 people, one of them was a girl my age, around maybe 12 or 13. I don't remember. I don't really remember it too well, her age, but you know, me and Jamie talked the most out of all these people. And whenever I'd go to the Horde territory and I'd just fight people, you know, because they just really didn't want me around their territory for some reason, she would always be there to resurrect me if I died, or just, you know, sit around me while we talked on Vent, and we just sit at I don't know, some big rock or something outside of the major cities. We even added each other on Facebook, and when Facebook was kind of new, I still had my MySpace from my RuneScape days, and I had a few people from my guild added on there too. So it was kind of weird having 2 places to talk to people, because more on Facebook I had more real life friends on there rather than, you know, online friends. My MySpace was filled with online friends, but eventually I ditched, you know, MySpace for Facebook, and I just talked to Jamie on there all the time. I'm not really sure how much time I actually sank into just going to the Horde cities just to hang out with her, but it was a lot because I was falling behind my other guildmates. But I was getting really good at PvP. It's really crazy. That was the funnest thing in video games for me, is always PvP. I don't know why, I just love it. I eventually just ended up switching to Horde because I thought I had more friends on Horde than I did on my side, other than my guild. And those guys were just in it to advance in the game rather than meet new people. So I felt more at home on the Horde side. But when I switched, Jamie had pretty much stopped talking to me as much. She'd get on for a few minutes and then say she had to go and stay online in the game. I had no clue what was going on, and then I started to see how I messed up. I didn't have more friends on Horde side. They were all Jamie's friends, and they all only hung out with me because of her. So when she left, everyone else kind of just left me, so I was playing alone again. So this was before any of that guild finder stuff, so I didn't want to look desperate by saying I was looking for a guild in the global chat. So yeah, eventually Jamie had stopped talking to me altogether, and then when I asked why, she had said that she found another guy. I was pretty sad, and that she didn't even break up with me like a normal relationship, but I guess I was already used to it since me and Tiffany broke up the same way. That was really sad, since I had to ask my parents if they would pay for my switch back to Alliance again, and I had to apologize to my guild and all that stuff, and it was just all fun time. I guess I'm just doomed to be forever alone. So now, my last time I dated someone online, it was when I was about 17. I'd recently broken up with my high school girlfriend and was on Chris's subserver, playing with some friends of mine. There were new people coming on every now and then, but I already had, my group of friends, and it was hard to separate us. But one day, this girl joins the server, and we'll call her, I usually use real names, but they were, there's a real possibility that she will check on this channel because she knows my online name and she knows my channel. So let's call her Jen. Jen joined the I can't even say it. Jen joined the server and got on the TeamSpeak to talk to new people. Since it was our first time seeing a new girl our age join the server, we actually invited her to our channel to, because it's a girl. We haven't we're a bunch of teenage boys. We never seen a girl be playing video games before. Ha ha ha. We got to talking and playing together for a while, and everything was fun. I enjoyed spending time with this girl and talking. We eventually moved on to Skype and talking with our webcams on. This is when I realized that she was actually older than me by about 2 years. I didn't really mind it though, because it's an online thing and age gap doesn't really matter all too much. So I asked her if she would like to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. And I mean, seriously, like that's all I asked, was if she wanted to be my girlfriend. It wasn't anything like my first crush. It wasn't anything like Tiffany. It wasn't anything like Allie. It was just completely different. I just asked her, would she be my girlfriend? That was it. Granted, we had talked for a long time prior to this, so it was pretty justified, I guess. Anyway, this is pretty much my only serious online relationship, because there was a point that we had actually made plans to move in together. that, I thought at our age we could pull off easily. I mean, I guess it's possible, but with the way my life was going and where I've ended up now, it seems that was a very large stretch, to think that was possible. But, we really thought we could do it, and we spent a lot of time talking about it. So much so that my friends online were starting to get jealous that we were talking. Not really jealous. More of she was trying to pull me away from them and spend more time with her and her friends. But she only had like 2 other people to talk to online, so it wasn't as fun as being with my friends. And when I spent time with them too much, she would get really jealous, and I mean really, really jealous, to the point where we'd fight whether or not I was spending too much time with them, and just got into arguments all the time. And that shouldn't happen if you know each other. If you really like each other and you really know each other, you know their friends, you know what they're doing. I don't think you should fight. I think you should just accept each other. But yeah, she was really jealous. Anyway, I ended up breaking up with her because it was getting too much for me, and I liked having my friends more than being yelled at. So, that's the story of my 3 instances of online dating, and I don't really think I'll be doing it again anytime soon. It just feels weird to me, and when I go out, because I can just go out and find a girl that likes me just as much as I like her, and not have to deal with the agony of waiting until the day that we finally meet. And even then, runs the risk that they're not even the person that they act like or look like behind the screen/webcam. The internet can be a really scary place, guys, and if you're not careful, then there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. So please, 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 be careful. Be very careful with who you talk to on the internet. Also, no way am I saying that online relationships are a bad thing or aren't even worth your time. I've just done it the few times, and who knows? Maybe one day I'll find a girl or something that I'd really enjoy talking to, and we'll hit it off. But for now, I'm gonna be forever alone and live with my best friends. Hope you all enjoy this video, and if you did, then I'd really appreciate some feedback on what story I should do next. I see a lot of people asking for my most embarrassing stories, which is really hard to write because I don't really get embarrassed too easily, but I'll try writing one as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really love the support, and you all have been giving me. It's been such a great time, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to do your homework, and if you're on spring break, then enjoy it as much as you can. Peace out, everybody. Bye.